It's a Wonderful Life, the holiday classic movie, has been adapted to the stage as a live radio play, and it's currently playing at Long Wharf Theater's main stage. Joining me now is the show's director, Eric Tings. Great to have you with us.
Thank you, Jocelyn.
And this is really a great play for grandparents to bring their grandkids to expose them to the theater. This is just a perfect time to come to the Long Wharf.
I really think so. I think It's a Wonderful Life, Joe Landry's adaptation of It's a Wonderful Life, is a fantastic sort of theatrical experience. We were looking for a good play for the holidays, and I really believe that It's a Wonderful Life is the closest that we have to an American Christmas Carol. And that story of George Bailey, the everyman character, who learns just how much he's touched so many people's lives finally in the end, is so profound to me and moving.
It is. I think for everybody who watches that, it makes you really think about your own life.
Absolutely. And then casing it in the sort of in a 1940s radio play, which is just, the theatricality around that is amazing. Audiences will be able to come, they'll see a company of 6 actors who will perform all the characters from It's a Wonderful Life, simultaneous with live sound effects being performed on stage. So
how do you do it? How do you put something like that together?
Oh, with great care and 4 weeks. You know, we have had the sound effects artist in the room with us. The actors have been performing. We've had microphones in the rehearsal hall with us. So it's a really great opportunity to sort of really explore storytelling and the magic of storytelling and the sort of necessities of how do we create each of these locations in a space and create the sense that we're in an office, or that we're out on the street, or that we're in a home. And really, especially like the difference between Bedford Falls, the quintessential small town America, and Pottersville, which is a sort of haunting representation of what might have been and what some might say has become.
And it really is a great venue to have this type of play, because Long Wharf Theater is so intimate.
Yeah, we really celebrate that particular aspect of Long Wharf. It's a 3/4 thrust. There isn't really a bad seat in the house. Wherever you sit, you feel really right up there with the audience. What's great about Joe's play is that it's performed in front of a live studio audience. So there's a real, there are applause signs that play and blink in the background, and the actors interact with the audience in really interesting ways.
Well, what are some of the challenges of putting a movie into a live radio play?
Sure. Well, one of the big challenges, of course, is just trying to find a way to create all the different characters and all the scenes and acknowledge the film. We find that most people who are coming to see it, who are loving this production, have a relationship with the film as well. They've all seen the film. They've grown up
many times. We know
know
the lines.
Yes, it makes me cry every time I see it, without fail. The big challenge, I think, mostly is the theatricality of the presentation, because instead of creating the specific locations physically on stage, what you find is you find actors at microphones. They're standing at the microphones and they're speaking all the different characters. And there's one moment, for instance, where one actor plays multiple characters in one scene. They play all the characters in the scene. And it's a fascinating thing to see, actually, a feat of theatricality.
And the actors themselves are from many of them from Connecticut?
We have our sound effects artist actually lives near Hartford, and Kate McCluggage, who's playing a number of characters, including Violet Bick. She is from Connecticut. She's from Groton originally.
Groton, yes.
Groton, yes. And then the rest of the actors sort of mostly come from New York City, but we've really created a lovely little company of people here.
One of my favorite lines at the end of the movie is, what is it? Teacher says, when a bell rings, an angel gets its wings.
Yes.
Is that in there as well?
It is, absolutely it is. I mean, I think that audiences will find that most of the iconic moments from the film are preserved. In fact, if there's one iconic moment from the film that they won't find on stage,
what is it?
It's that moment when the floor of the school opens wide
when
and everyone starts jumping into the pool.
Yes.
Yeah, impossible to recreate on stage.
Is this one of your very favorite things to watch, the movie itself?
Oh my goodness, yes. It's one of my favorite films of all time, really. And I used to watch it. There was a time when the film was being aired like 24/7, for every day, like leading up to Christmas, and you could just sit back and watch it, and I would have like marathon watchings of It's a Wonderful Life.
Well, now people can come see it in the Long Wharf Theater, a live radio play, and it's your adaptation.
No,
you're directing it.
I'm directing it, but the adaptation is by a Connecticut writer, Joe Landry. And he wrote it when he was recently out of high school, actually, the original adaptation of it. And there have been productions all around the country, but this is the first major production here in Connecticut.
Very good. All right. Now, It's a Wonderful Life, a live radio plays on stage at Long Wharf Theater now through December 31st. For tickets, call the box office 203-787-4282 or visit longwharf.org. And I'm going to be there on Wednesday.
Fantastic.
I can't wait.
Yeah, thanks so much.
Great to have you with us,
Thank
Eric.
you.
You're welcome.